Welcome back to another brand new episode. This is season 3, episode 7. We're back in the same room in Cali, and we've got a truly out of this world episode for y'all today. Kicking things off with our primetime topic, we're talking about the multiverse, different yous, different me's. Then for our game, we play a little bit of Would You Rather. And finally, we end things with our last call with popular misconceptions. This is season 3, episode 7. This is The Experience.
Cool. We're live.
Now we're live. What's up, minions? I don't even know why I said minions. I was trying to say something sweet, couldn't figure out the other two things to say, but what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of The Experience. This is episode 7 of season 3. My name is Jay Gooden, the Sports Gay, and I am joined with
D. Allen, aka the Don of all trades, and never ever stops.
Yeah, so today we got a fun one for y'all. Tonight, I should say. Well, I guess you guys can't tell that it's nighttime.
Tonight don't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Whenever you're listening.
You guys listen and watch whenever you fucking feel like it. So
yeah, this episode is going to be out of this world, quite literally. It's going to be out of this universe. Today we're talking about the multiverse because, you know, in pop culture, specifically I would say because of Marvel, a lot of people are into the multiverse, and you know what the multiverse is the theory that there are multiple universes, that there's not just one universe that we live in, but there's multiple, and maybe even infinite.
no, maybe even intimate as well. You might have some very sultry multiverse.
A sultry multiverse, put me there. But yeah, I don't know. I just have always been, what's the word? Enamored by the idea of there being a multiverse, because it's like, how, like, I don't know. You think that this universe is so vast, so for there to be multiple of them, like, that's just interesting to me, and I just wonder how things work. And I feel like if there's an infinite amount, there has to be another version of me, because it's infinity. So I wonder how their path is going, what led them to get to where they went. If it was like, I wonder if you make a decision in this universe, does it like ripple into the next universe? Because I did this here, you know, that changes the timeline of another one. And who's to say that this one is even the main one? So that's where my brain is, obviously all over the fucking place. I'm passing it over to you, D. Allen, and you can,
it's, I don't know, the multiverse is a lot to talk about with this. And I feel like we're going through a boom right now, where like media, popular culture, even like a lot of science, like actual science, is kind of revolving around the concept of the multiverse. Because I don't know, it's something that's always been around. I've always like known that this was a theory, that there was like multiple universes, multiple realities. And I always was into like science fiction, so I used to like really love when they used to do episodes, you know, kind of like Jay said, out of this world. So like the multiverse to me, definitely, like, it's a scary concept, because it's one of those that I can't fully wrap my head around, especially like when you say the word infinite. Like, I know we all know what infinite means, but I don't think that's something our brains can fully comprehend. Like an endless amount of anything is something that's hard to fully understand. But when it's an infinite amount of universes, an infinite amount of realities, it makes you think about like everything, all the choices, all the decisions you made to lead you up into like where you are now in this reality. And like Jay said, this couldn't even be, this probably is like not even a main one. It's probably a subsection of something. Maybe our lives are inherently meaningless, and because we're just a variant of somebody or a version of us that's much more.
It makes me think of like Rick and Morty. Like, am I the most Rick?
Yeah, I want to say, am I the most, you know, Darren, the most JJ? Like, you can't really possibly know that, because like, yeah, like you could be the most JJ, but J is different in each universe. Like,
true. So like, there's one. Can you guys believe there's a universe that I'm straight? I sleep with women in a universe,
and there's a universe where I'm gay, and I can't imagine that. Just can't imagine that. Yeah. But I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's just something that is very interesting to me, because I don't know. It's really something I don't think it would be ever proven or disproven in our lifetime. I don't think as we're alive we'll understand or discover the multiverse, but I feel like it would possibly get discovered. And we're getting a lot of like fun media, like you said. Marvel is doing a lot of cool stuff with the multiverse. I think this is the multiverse saga we're in right now.
Oh yeah.
For the phases, there's a lot of shit that's coming, and it's a one multiverse movie that I really like that came out recently. Came out this year actually. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That.
Yeah,
I need to see that.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
No, it's like that. It's a really good film that kind of it shows like how weird different realities can get. It's more than just like a decision thing. It's more like the environment, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the animals we interact with, how different and they can be from what we're used to, what we're accustomed to now.
There could be different laws of physics in that bitch.
The rules are not the same in other universes. I wholeheartedly believe that. Like there's like universes like what was it? Doctor Strange niggas was all paint. It's probably universes where niggas are like drawing like Doodlebop. Like it's so many different like options for that shit. Yeah. And you know if you want to keep it simple, man. It's one of those things I've always even thought about, like my decisions, like the things that I've chose in my life. What if I made a different decision and it would have branched off into another reality? Like, what is the other me doing that made the other decision that I didn't make in this reality? Like, but like, what about you? Do you have anything in your life or any decisions that you've made that you feel like are like flashpoint moments? I like to say like flashpoints, very pivotal moments in your life that you probably didn't think were so pivotal at the moment, but you know, looking back in hindsight, you're like, oh, this decision set off a chain reaction and it led me all the way to where I'm at now. So like, what decision is that for you in your life, and how could it have gone differently if you chose a different decision? What would a multiverse version of you's life be like and be alternate for you, but their life?
All right, so let's play Guess That Multiverse. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay.
Playing cool.
Right. No, but so the first one is definitely like high school. I feel like so much would have changed if I would have like, because me and Darren originally went to the same high school. That's how we met. But then I got offered a scholarship to go to a private school. And so I went to that private school. That's where, you know, I became an activist. You know, I got more comfortable in my skin. I eventually gained the courage to come out of the closet, you know, because I was locked up in there.
Locked away.
Yeah, I was locked away. But if I did not go to Cranbrook, I would not have become an activist. So all of the work and stuff that I've done, protests that I've organized, simply wouldn't have happened. And it wasn't just on me, but I mean, my input was in it, so they might have still happened. They just might look a little different. Right. I feel like I would have blossomed way later in life, just because, you know, I wouldn't have had the courage, honestly, going at Renaissance, because, you know, Renaissance I feel like wasn't as welcoming to the LGBT community as Cranbrook was.
Black high school, you know,
yeah.
Black community, you know, we talk about that a lot.
Especially back when we were in high school, like it was different times.
I don't think that's really going on. You think that's going on?
I don't think so. I think so, but it's not as bad as it was when we were going to high school. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one pivotal moment. I'm trying to think of another one.
Why you think I'll give you one? If you, or unless you already got one already on the tip. Okay. Yeah. But no, like for me, I'll probably say my decision to go to Michigan is one flashpoint moment. So similar to you, like just a different school. Just my journey to Michigan, like, was very unconventional. A lot of people that go to Michigan have either wanted to go to Michigan their whole lives, or like just always projected to go, like, you know, to a school of that caliber because of, you know, how smart they were, how gifted they were. And I usually hate the gifted word, especially when it comes to, like, you know, at adolescence and middle school. I feel like it's elitist kind of, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But
we can talk about elitism.
Yeah, and and U of M is one of the biggest elitist schools ever. And it's funny because I never wanted to go to U of M. Like, I came up, like, I was actually like, it's funny. I'm going. Interesting. Yeah, I wanted to go to an HBCU or Michigan State.
You wanted to go to Michigan State?
Yeah, because a lot of my friends were going to Michigan State. Yeah, like I had friends that was going to Michigan, but I had way more friends going to Michigan State. I just had more of that vibe. But I ended up, my dad he's an alum from Michigan. He wanted me to apply. He made me apply the last day, and it was the day before the application was due. So I ended up applying right before the deadline, and I ended up getting in and going to Bridge. And it's actually a conversation with my uncle that made me decide to go. So like I always think like if I didn't go, if I was just like fucking, I'm not gonna listen to nobody, I'm going to Michigan State, would my life have been like? I would have been a completely different nigga, by the way. Like Michigan, like even though I have a lot of friends at Michigan State, if I was in the Michigan State like culture, if I was in the HBCU culture, I definitely would have been getting off a lot more. I would have been getting off, my nigga. Like it would have been one of them like, yo, like you thought Michigan Darren was bad. This nigga is worse, like 20 times worse. It's like,
well, thank God that didn't happen.
That bad, but it definitely would have been a different mindset, a different set of goals, probably a different set of friendships. Like I wouldn't have met all the people that I met at Michigan. I wouldn't have grown in the ways that I've grown. I would have had a completely different life if I went to a different undergrad. Like I don't know where I would be right now if I went to Michigan State. I think very different, but still at the core of me. But like I think that's a flashpoint moment. Like had I not gone to Michigan State, there's another version of me that's kind of living that life.
Yeah, I think for me, I have another one, and it's definitely or I would say going to the college that I chose to go to, that was important too. That was very pivotal.
Niggas can't speak.
Fuck it. That was a very pivotal moment.
Y'all can cook them in the comments. I'm not gonna lie.
If you try to cook me, that's elitist also that might be ableist.
See? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Is that a real ailment that you have? Like you really can't speak?
No, sometimes I stutter. You can't make.
You never had a speech impediment, I feel like.
I stutter. Stuttering that's a speech impediment.
Everybody stutters though.
It's all right. You just did a little oopsie daisy. It's all right. Normal people stutter all the time.
Anyway, back to what the fuck I was talking about. So I actually got into Howard. I could have gone to an HBCU, and I think that I'm glad that I didn't, because if I would have went there, I feel like the person that I am today would be completely different. I know we're talking about multiverse, so like this would have changed us either way, but like college is really where you become who you're supposed to be. And like I feel like that's where you're surrounded by the people who helped shape you to be who you were. And I just feel like the group of people that I met at Michigan State are just simply not going to be the people that I met at Howard. I also feel like my activism, I wouldn't have gotten stronger in that because, there wasn't going to be really that much of a need at a HBCU for, me to do that.
Another hotel.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Yeah, I don't think I would have become a hotep.
Yeah, no, not that bad. No, HBCU Darren is that nigga's different. He's living his life right now. Like, I can't even imagine like the type of tomfoolery, and shenanigans he getting himself into type shit. Yeah. But no, I mean like there's plenty of moments like that. I'm trying to think like even like if I took. It's a lot of things. If I took more seriously, I probably would have been a lot different. Like it's music, sports, like things that, require a lot of time and effort and diligence. I think that I kind of lacked in coming up in a way. I feel like there's a version of me that took certain things that I was interested in more seriously. So there's a version of me, that's more successful in those ventures, whether it is music or sports or, anything that I enjoyed remotely. Now if there's another version of me that cared enough to pursue it or cared enough to see what that would take him or where that would take him, it's definitely interesting to think about, and it makes you kind of want to live your life a little bit. Like when you start thinking about other versions of you and how they might think and how they might react, you just start to think like, all right, like it's subconsciously you telling yourself this is how you want to like behave, like so you should like do that, you should move in that direction regardless if you might not have made the decisions that would have led you to maybe a easier, like clearer path. Yeah. It's still a path.
I have a big one. This one's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny, but if I would have never chose to watch Nickelodeon as a child, I would not be an actor. I wouldn't. Because I would have never seen...
That's the small stuff.
Yeah, I would have never seen all that, and I would have never been inspired to be like, oh, I can do that. Yeah. That was the show. That was the show for me. All that on Nickelodeon. I saw that show and that made me want to be an actor. Yeah. So Yeah. Look at that. It's the little shits.
Yeah.
If I never discovered Kanye West, I'd probably be happy. I'd probably be joyous. I'd probably say.
No, I'm
Complicated
happy now,
man.
y'all.
You've got to you have to defend a very complicated man
It's
on
hard to
time
do. It's
time to
hard.
time.
It's hard. Y'all ever had to defend the friend that always keeps fucking up? Like always. Like y'all ain't never had the homie that just nothing but mistakes, nothing but fuck.
All my friends are perfect, so you know.
Yeah, when you meet the imperfect homie, it's like, damn, like you get at least a little perfect, like just a little bit.
know,
Like you've been very imperfect, like your whole time I've known you.
that makes them imperfect because they're so fucking perfect. You're like,
That's what should have canceled out shit. Was that PIMDOS or something?
him? No.
Something like that, right? I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
We
You can't bring math into this shit. Like I'm too grown for that.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't.
no, we're not
The only math I'm good at is the counting of that money. I can count the money. But other than that,
I feel like there's another version of me that's like super rich too, like
yeah.
super duper rich.
And there's
It could
another
be
version of
this
me first.
version though. You never know. Our lives aren't out yet.
but
There's probably a version of me,
Rich
that
sooner.
grew up maybe in a rich household, maybe their family, maybe I have a different, mom and dad, maybe look the same, but maybe slightly, or maybe my parents are just in a different position, and I kind of inherited some wealth, and it makes me kind of upset at my current parents for not having enough wealth for me to inherit now. Yeah.
Yeah. The one more thing I want to talk about with multiverse before we move on, and this was like popularized from the Doctor Strange movie, but I'm like, this might not be too far off. But there's this idea of dream walking, and the idea of that your dreams are a glimpse into another version of you in a different universe. And what dream walking was you being able to tap into that other person's body, walk around, be in the universe. But what do you think about that theory? I don't know. And if it is true, if you are glimpsing at another version of yourself, another universe, what are some of the versions of you? Like, what have they been fucking doing? What are other Darrens up to?
Hey, it's funny, like, I've always thought that, like, I've always had in my brain, like, because the dreams are so, like, outlandish, and it's something and vivid. Sometimes, like, it's just something that you just, your normal sober brain couldn't, like, put all the shit together that you see in your dreams type shit. So, like, when you have certain dreams, I've definitely thought, like, maybe there are different versions of me, maybe, like, some version of me I used to think it was like time travel type thing. Like maybe this is me in the future, but it's kind of like I'm manifesting or personifying it differently. I don't know. I think it's very plausible. I think if we're gonna accept that there's a possibility that there's a multiverse out there, I think that it's good to kind of think about the different theories related to it. And I think that the dream thing isn't far off. To think that this could be a window into something that's bigger than what we can comprehend. Like obviously there's biological reasons for why we dream, down to the brain and the type of sleep we're having and whatnot. But to think that like if there are other versions of us out there, like it's like a way we're kind of on this, I don't know, hive mind, kind of all linked. Our memories are linked to each other in this hive mind, and every time a version of us is asleep, you see that. And I wonder, like, if that is true, that means there's other versions of me that had dreams about my current life. And I wonder if they think, like, damn, this nigga's life is boring. It's bum. This shit is weak as fuck.
And I feel like it's not too far off, right? Because it's like there's so much mystery around dreaming. Like, scientists still don't know why we dream. Like,
Exactly.
nobody knows why. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like, I've had some very, very strange dreams. Like, all over the place. I was part of the mystery team at once. Like I was like with Shaggy and Fred and Velma and Daphne and Scooby and all of them niggas at one time. And I was like, there can't be a universe where them niggas exist, and I'm a part of that team. But maybe there is. Like like we keep saying, infinite. Like our brains, you literally don't understand how much our brains can't comprehend infinity. Like if it's infinite, it's there. If it's an infinite possibility, it's there. So there is a universe out there where I am. The third person getting high with Shaggy and Scooby, probably.
See, in one of my universes, for my Charmed fans, I'm a Charmed one, casting spells and shit, vanquishing demons.
Yeah.
I think that's a gay thing. I feel like Charmed has, the women, and then it also has like a huge gay cult following. But
Charmed. Yeah, no, I've had some Very interesting dreams. Maybe we could have an episode on dreams. Because that's his own thing where we actually dive into our psyches, and a lot of my dreams are they kind of tell a story. They kind of tell you what you subconsciously thinking too in a weird.
But you shouldn't always listen to your subconscious, because I had a dream the other day and it told me to make up with somebody that I don't need to make up with. So
So your dreams can trick you, but that's your but you got to also understand that it could still also be your subconscious. It could also be, even though they might not be consciously what you think you want, a lot of things that we don't think we want, we actually do want, but we keep denying it.
fuck your subconscious.
Okay.
Fuck him. Yeah.
Hey, if it's not
He's
serving you.
that nigga was wilding last night. Nah, fuck that shit.
He said that nigga was wild.
He was fooling.
Hey, if you want to listen to your dreams, maybe you should think about it, because there are other versions of you that have probably had successful.
I mean, yeah.
moments in that. Look.
There's a version of me that married rich. We still got time for that though.
Yeah, you
We
know,
still got time.
My life, God willing, is nowhere near complete. So I have so much shit
Yeah.
planned, so much shit to do. So who knows? Like, maybe this universe might become the sacred timeline, and it might show you that this was supposed to always happen. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe this is all a crock of shit.
Who knows? Who
Fucking
knows?
knows. Nobody fucking knows.
CERN might. CERN might know.
Sir, might.
Did the demons come out the portal when they did that thing the one day? I don't know.
I don't know. I never watched that shit. So.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, boom, boom, boom. Here we are. Our game. So here's a game that we haven't played in a while either. Would you rather? And Would You Rather, it's one of my favorite games. It kind of actually, it's funny. Like, Would You Rather kind of is like a cousin to Slap or Trash. Kind of like a cousin. It's kind of like, how do you feel about it? It's really just how you feel about certain situations and whatnot.
and now, how do you feel about it? Now? Would you rather do this or do this based off how you feel about
Based on how
this?
you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. The games are kind of cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
Would you? Ooh, nah, that's dark. I was about to start saying.
Okay, it's dark for us. We can do it.
It's dark. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, it's dark. See, we have like a dark humor code, like certain things that we probably just could not say on the air
Or
in public or to family, friends. Yo, like, I would be in so much trouble. Like,
I'd be in hot water, bitch. I'd be in fucking boiling water.
but okay, let me think. Would you rather? What's a good would you rather? Would you rather? Play cards with a bunch of old folks all night and you stay losing, or play cards with a bunch of kids all night and you stay winning?
That's hard.
Yeah, because it's both are annoying.
But also,
Both are annoying. Have you ever?
but also both are very fruitful though, because it's like, who wants to lose? You're winning with the kids, but you getting your ass whooped by them old people. You're learning
Very
so
true.
much.
Very true.
I'm gonna say I would rather play with the old people and lose all night, because then I'm gonna come back to my peers and whoop their ass and some shit. They're gonna. I ain't never seen that
That's a
before.
skill set.
Yeah.
Ooh,
For me, I probably choose the kids because I get real gloaty. I'll just start getting extra. I'd be like, he's like, dumbass, you can't fucking fuck with me, little ass Tommy.
So when he has kids, I'll call just CPS. Yeah.
Suck. You fucking suck. You haven't gotten a book in 3 games.
Yeah. Are you okay? You good? Seems like you need a hug.
Yeah, I had an older cousin that did that too.
Oh yeah. Let's go kick his ass. Let's go beat his ass.
No, he's gone.
Let's resolve that childhood trauma. Oh, whoa. He's gone.
No, he's like not dead. He's just gone. Yeah, he's just somewhere else.
Why did you say it like that? I thought this nigga
See,
was
look,
dead.
So he was about to start getting sad, and niggas.
Oh my god. Way to fucking kill
No,
the mood. Oh,
I
he's
definitely
dead.
beat all the kids' asses.
Oh, he BS me out. Okay. Would you rather never have to pay for... That's easy. Would you rather never have to pay for gas or never have to pay your utilities?
I would never have to pay my utilities. I feel like it's so much under utilities, like water, electric, fucking cable, Wi-Fi. It's so much trash that apartments make you pay fees for. So many fees and shit for your utilities and whatnot that I think it's gonna always trump gas to me. Like it's always gonna trump. Like even though gas, like I drive a lot. I'm a nigga that drives a lot, so I definitely spend a lot of money on gas. So I definitely could use like some free gas or like never ever having to pay for gas again. But I'd rather choose the utilities. I think I save more over time.
I'm gonna go with gas. Cause I could go wherever the fuck I want and not have to worry about that shit. Like I'm driving to Detroit, take me 3 days, but that gas, if I had to pay for the gas to get to Detroit, hell no.
If you big on road trips and whatnot, I can see like, yeah, you can go ahead and just pack your stuff up and get the hiking out. But I don't know. Yeah, I for sure I had to go with utilities. I don't know. It's just too much to it, and maybe because like I feel like I just never go without paying a bill. Like I just feel like every time I get paid, a good chunk of that is going to some bill or something. And I feel like if that was taken away or alleviated a little bit, I would be a happy camper.
Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bill? You already know, Venture Speed.
What was I say? Let me think. What's another one? Ooh, here's a nasty one. Since we was just at the movies. It's not that nasty, but it's very nasty though. Would you rather eat popcorn off the movie theater floor or eat popcorn off the movie theater seats?
He just broke my brain. That's...
Off the floor at the theater or the seats? Which is more disgusting? The movie theater floor or the seats?
I'm gonna say the seat. Only because I feel like hopefully I get a seat that a bottom has sat in, so I know that his ass is cleaned out. And they usually wipe the seats more since COVID. They sanitize the seats more than they do the floor, I feel like. And then on the floor, you're stepping everywhere. Like everything's been on the floor and everything hasn't been on the seats. So I'm gonna say the seats.
With them seats, everything happened in them seats. I feel like it's more activity on them seats than anything. It's people that be fucking sitting there getting head on them seats. You got people over here farting in them seats. You got people. See, like he just farted. Like he said, he'll eat off a seat and he farted in the seat, man. That somebody else got to sit on. Like, and I feel like they don't sanitize them seats like you think. I feel like they sweep up like the ground, like that's filled with like popcorn and like maybe like cups and candy wrappers and shit like that. But they definitely like. I feel like they don't like steam clean the seats every time niggas get up and leave. So them seats accumulate.
You feel like they don't? Because I saw them in there with the steamer.
They had the steamer and they were ready to steam clean every single seat.
They steam cleaned the fuck out that bitch. The screen got foggy in that
I might have to go with
floor because them seats.
The floor, people shit on the floor, dogs shit on the floor. You never know.
Dogs shit on the seats too.
Dogs don't shit on the seats of a movie theater.
I've actually been in that situation. I actually have a funny story. When I was a kid, I actually did sit in some shit, and I'll never forget this, bro. Like my dad took me to the movies, and I like sat in some shit, and we was like, "What the fuck is that?" My dad was like, "What the fuck is that smell?" So my dad had to like take me up out of there.
Did you shit on yourself, man?
He was just like, no. Then he realized it was like some shit on the like seats. He was like, "Yo, we gotta go." I can't remember what movie we saw too. It had to be like 04. I think it was Big Mama's House. I think it was when Big Mama's House was like popping, or Big Mama's House 2. It was one of them.
So y'all didn't do anything? You just left the theater with shit?
No, I threw away. No, them pants.
They would have been paying for my movies for the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah, I was too young to know what my dad followed up with. I didn't care. I sat in shit, so. It's nasty, bro. The movie theaters are nasty places, so I don't know. I'd rather choose neither, but since we have to choose, I'd rather choose the floor, I guess.
Ay, Dios mío. Wow.
Okay, yeah, it's nasty either way. You can't wrap your head around it because it's something that you would never do. None of us would ever do. Well, neither of us would ever do. Not say none of us. There's people out there. That's nasty. It's freaky too. They'll do that shit. Lick all up on the fucking floor and poles and the seats. Some nasty niggas out here, man.
So since we're doing nasty, guys, I'm sorry if you're queasy, skip past this part. This is the nasty part.
A weak stomach and, you know, a weak sense of humor. Get the fuck off of our show.
Right. I mean, whoa, hold on. I welcome all of you guys, weak stomachs and all. But would you rather have somebody shove one of your remote controls up their ass? Or would you rather somebody shit in your laptop and close it?
Whoa, see, I thought mine was nasty. He took it to he said, "Oh, nasty. I can make this even nasty."
Yeah.
Gross.
What I tell y'all, season 1, people be trying to throw the wild card at me, bitch. I am the wild card.
I think I'm gonna go with shitting on my laptop and closing it. I'm gonna fucking hate my life when I open that shit up, and I throw away the whole computer anyway. If you shit in my laptop, that's your laptop at that point, because that's fucking nasty. If you shit in my laptop and then close it's gonna smush all of. But I'm not putting nothing on my ass, so ever. So
no, not you put it up your ass. Somebody just put a remote up your ass or up their ass and then handed it to you.
Oh, they handed. Wait, why the fuck are you handing me your shitty remote? I'll be like, yo, shit, bro, what the fuck? At first, I'll be like, because that shit probably be covered in shit down. I'll be like, no. Oh my. You ever see, Harold and Kumar? Yes. Remember when that nigga took that sheet of paper, wiped his ass with it? It was like a big ass shit stain on it. And that nigga was like, why the fuck is your ass so dirty? Don't you ever wipe? That would be some shit. I'd be like, yo, why did you hand me this shitty ass remote? I think I might I might still go to the laptop and switch that shit, because don't hand me none of that shit. Because either way, you handed me just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I guess with the laptop, you don't have to touch it. If you're lucky.
Yeah. You gotta be lucky.
With the remote, that's shit in your hand either way.
And it's somebody else's just shit that I don't know, how bored were you that day to go shove a remote up?
I couldn't even tell you.
Jesus
I couldn't even tell you.
My God, that's insane.
All right, enough of this shit. Let's move on to our last call, which is misconceptions popularized on the internet.
Yes. Man, it's so many of them shits. Oh my God. I feel like the internet is just a fucking wasteland of takes and opinions and just things that get popularized that are just nowhere near true. I don't know. I just feel like social media is just a tool for that type of shit, especially like when it comes to misconceptions. I think like some of the biggest misconceptions that we get is like the misinformation wave we've been kind of hit on, like where it's just like everything, like the fake news, like it's shit that's just not real.
I saw a tweet that they were like, I heard that monkeypox is one of the symptoms of the COVID-19 vaccine.
See, and that's so fucking stupid. Like, how do you put that's apples to orange? None of that shit.
And then you posted that. And was confident, as fuck.
Like, you actually like really felt like that was the one. Wow. But no, I feel like we just get a wave of misinformation when it comes to that shit. Like you said, the COVID vaccine, like shit like in general, just like how people just move about that shit. Like I think about like, I was gonna make it funny. Nah, let's not do that. Actually, I'll get my funny one out the way until we get serious. Funny one is black men cheat. I feel like that's a common misconception because I think they really mean all men, but they always single out black men when it's not just us.
So are you saying black men don't cheat?
Well, we cheat the less out of probably all the races, I think. I think that...
That's a very interesting take.
Yeah, I think that's a misconception. I think because, like, we're on Black Twitter and we're in the black community, of course, and a lot of people only deal with black people, they think that's the case, but it's a lot of cheaters out here. And women cheat, too. Women do cheat. They cheat a lot.
Yes.
Women cheat. Men do cheat, too, but it's all, like, let's put it all under the same umbrella, like... Let's go do that. Oh, another misconception I don't like is that every time a nigga has a microphone in their hands or like has a platform, y'all think it's the worst shit in the world. I feel like that,
and that's not fair. We're doing good for you guys. We're doing good.
We're one of the good guys. I think we got some shit to say, and I think we're pretty entertaining guys. But I can understand how the podcasting wave has gotten annoying, and I think that it's certain accounts, certain pages that's not really helping. and hopefully maybe we are helping. But I think that it's a misconception to assume that because this is like a medium that people use to like vent or people use to like, you know, talk about their lives or talk about how they whatever they want to talk about is inherently a bad thing. Especially like when it's just black people doing that to other black people. Be like, oh yeah, just because. Yeah, it's like podcast is just being seen as like a shit job or a shit thing to do. When in actuality, I think it's just gotten a bad rep. I think that's a misconception.
Here's a fun fact misconception. Did you know that it's not illegal to have like the lights on in your car while you're driving?
Oh shit.
My parents used to tell me that all the time. That's not illegal at all.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not illegal.
No, that's one of those things that you for sure like. I don't know. It feels wrong. Even doing it now, like it's still.
I'd be thinking, why the fuck did you lie like that? Like you could have just said.
They just didn't want the lights.
Turn the light off.
Maybe the battery. Maybe it's like a battery thing. It's like I don't want you.
But even still, it's not gonna drain the car's running.
Yeah, don't drain my gas putting all these lights on or something. I don't know. It's a lot of. I don't know. It's parent logic. Like I think parent logic is one of them things that man, we got to have a whole episode on that parent logic.
Yeah.
Like, cause I know a lot of people definitely had issues with shit like that, where it's like that. But yeah, no, it's just it's plenty of misconceptions that I just feel like that in and of itself could be some episode. But yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for misconceptions. You got any more misconceptions?
I'm trying to think. Nah, not really. Probably, nothing that's just too important for real. You can move on. Or is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. We're at time.
Yes.
We're here. These are a lot shorter. I know you guys are happy. You guys are like, oh, thank God.
They're like, this got very shitty, huh?
Fucking tired of these niggas speaking.
No, also I heard that the space, because we were talking about the multiverse, I heard that space smells like a fart.
I didn't think space had a smell.
Yeah.
I thought it would be just nothing.
No, it smells like fart, they said.
Oh wow.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
This is fucking crazy.
I hope that's a misconception.
I really do too. I hope
that's
so.
something That's just not
Yeah.
gonna get popular like that.
Well, all right, guys. As always, thanks for joining us again. This has been The Experience, episode 7. If you want to follow us some more and see what we're doing, what we're getting into, you can find us at The Experience_pod on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow me, Jay Gooden, you can find me at J_Gooden98 on Instagram, and you can also find me on TikTok, just Jay Gooden. And where can they find you, my friend?
And you can find me on every single platform at Ned Saturn. That's at NEDSATURN.
Right. Well, that wraps it up. We will see you next week for episode 8 in case you missed it. Peace.
Bow!
Can I take a shit before we do the next
Go ahead.
My God, someone just like, oh, it's so recording.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.